What's up? Check out this blunt and honest review from the Jock and Nerd Podcast. That's us. My name is Imran.
My name's Anthony.
He's the jock.
He's the nerd.
And he's the rug boy.
What's up, guys?
Jock and Nerd. Okay, fellas, let's get into this week's movie review. We will be discussing 1993's A Bronx Tale. Here's your spoilers.
Strap yourselves in, you fucks. Spoiler time.
This is a listener Patreon sponsored review. This one sponsored by, dedicated to our buddy Ralph Bravo.
Yeah.
Who has been a Patreon member and longtime listener. And this is not the first Patreon movie we've done for him, fellas. He's been on and off the Patreon. First of all, he said, happy anniversary on the show. It's crazy to think I started listening when I was in my mid-20s, and now I'm in my mid-30s.
Wow.
It's crazy.
He's grown up with us.
Yes.
He's been on the journey.
They grow so fast. Where's the time go?
They grow so fast. He's a big boy. He's all grown up now. We carried him through adulthood. I feel very good about that.
You breastfed him.
I did. From both nipples. He couldn't select, so we alternated, basically.
What movie did he have us review before?
Ralph Bravo initially tested us with The Nanny.
Oh, wow.
Is that the Hulk Hogan one?
Yes. Yeah. That was also the week I lost my voice. And so you guys had to do it. If you want to listen to that, listener, it's episode.
Wait, you weren't on the show?
I was producing, and you heard my voice.
Yeah, he was there.
He just like twice. That's
that was that spree where if we went about a month without your voice.
Yes, that was episode 311 back in 2020. You can listen to these guys review The Nanny, but then he made up for it with possibly one of my favorite reviews we've done, Hard Target.
Oh, we've done a Hard Target under him too.
Yes, and it's our most viewed video on YouTube. That's episode 455 from 2022. You can listen to Hard Target. That was a lot of fun. So I think this time he has also blessed us with A Bronx Tale. He actually sent a list of 3 movies, but I kind of wanted to do this one because I had not seen this one. Surprisingly, A Bronx Tale is a movie directed by and starring Robert De Niro in his directorial debut. De Niro's only directed 2 movies. This is one of them. Screenplay by Chaz Palminteri, who was also in the movie. And the screenplay is adapted from Chaz Palminteri's 1989 one-man play of A Bronx Tale. He did this on Broadway. It's a one-man show, played like 18 characters.
Yeah, it's a story of his life.
Yes, it is. It's very autobiographical. I would have loved to seen that because that's kind of crazy. On Rotten Tomatoes, currently, this movie, 97% tomato meter, 92% popcorn meter. Metacritic has it at an 80. Letterboxd has it at a 4.1. Solid scores across the board. The movie cost $10 million to make and ends up only making $17 million worldwide, but it doesn't matter because I think it becomes a cult hit. Also, outside of Robert De Niro playing Lorenzo, your cast features Chaz Palminteri playing Sonny the Gangster. The lead character's name is Calogero, and you got 2 guys playing him. Francis Capra plays the 9-year-old version of Calogero, and Lilo Brancato plays a 17-year-old version of Calogero, and you have Terrell Hicks as Jane, and then a Joe Pesci cameo at the end, and then, frankly, a bunch of maybe real gangsters.
Guys from the neighborhood, I'd call
literally guys from the street playing themselves. So you're not going to know anybody else.
You're going to see them in Martin Scorsese movies.
Yes.
You're going to see like some various people reused here and there. So they've been around. They've been around the whole New York movie scene, the gangster scene.
The gangster movie scene, yes.
The usual suspects, as you will.
Yeah. The movie is rated R, 2 hours and 1 minute. Anthony, what happens in A Bronx Tale?
Bronx Tale is about a young man or young boy named Calogero in 1960s Bronx that has a father played by Robert De Niro, who is a bus driver, and his father is trying to raise him to be an upstanding young man, but he happens to live next to a bar with a gangster played by Chaz Palminteri, who he also idolizes. And he grows up with a relationship with both of these men as he has dual fathers. And it is a gangster movie, or it's a coming of age story.
Yeah.
Disguised as a gangster movie.
Yeah.
All with about a man with two fathers.
Man with two fathers, and all about what choices.
And now what do you think that means? Just two fathers.
He's got two father figures. Had you seen this before?
I've never seen it.
Okay. What did you think?
I thought it was awesome.
Yeah.
I had a great time with it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched all the classic gangster movies.
Yeah.
I think we've established this. I need to watch a lot of those.
Yeah.
My father was really into gangster movies, so I do kind of have an affinity for them, even though I haven't seen them all. But I love a good coming of age story.
Yeah.
And that's what this movie is. This is a coming of age story. It's, a guy with two father figures in his life. And you would initially think on the surface that the gangster is the bad influence. But there are things that both of these men do and say and actions they take that could be interpreted as good or bad. Mm-hmm. And they both have a positive effect on his life and some negative effect. So I thought it was very interesting. I liked the story. I liked the passage of time. I liked the romance part of it. It's very high school, teenager-esque. It's just a very well-crafted, unique movie. I wasn't what I expected.
Yeah.
And there was a sense of dread throughout the entire movie as well. You knew something bad was going to happen. But overall, I thought it was a very, very well-told story. And I think it was Robert De Niro's. You said it was a debut, right?
Directorial debut. Only has directed 2 movies, and he did
it was very Scorsese, but also reminds me of Do the Right Thing.
Yeah,
Stand By Me, and even like a little like all those types of movies where there's a coming of age, but then also a little bit of more of a mature edge. So there was a lot going on. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Had a great time watching it.
Ruggs, I imagine you've seen this movie before.
This was about Rug Boy's life.
Yeah,
I've seen this. I don't know, like about 3 or 4 times at least.
Okay.
I mean, I've probably seen it more than that, but I can remember watching it at least 3 or 4 times. This is a movie that's close to my heart because I know neighborhoods like this. I know places like this in New Jersey, in New York, in the boroughs, in Brooklyn. Literally, if you're in an Italian neighborhood, there's a place just like that where Sonny is hanging out.
Yeah.
They call them social clubs or whatever.
Yeah.
But they're there. And you don't go play around over there unless you got business over there. And imagine growing up right next to one or across the street from one, how that you could just watch all kinds of shit. Like it's your TV. You can watch it and things are happening all the time. And people are coming in and out. There's drama, people arguing out in the street. So I could see how this movie, or even how Chaz Palminteri's life unfolded, it seems very real.
Yeah.
And when you can feel the reality of something and you're shining the light on something that nobody really knows about unless you're from the neighborhood, that's cool to me. I love that.
Yeah. Can I just tell you, I can't believe this fucking movie slipped by me, because up until now you had The Godfathers and you had Goodfellas, and
there's way more than those.
Yeah, but those were like the 2 big ones, by before 93, and then Casino comes out in 95. I fucking love this movie.
I fucking loved it.
I can't believe I never saw this. I knew about the movie. I knew that it was a one-man play. But like you said, Anthony, what I thought was amazing was this coming of age story inside of a mob movie, and nobody had ever done that before. De Niro's directing really impressed me. There is some solid directing. The atmosphere is there. You get a sense of the time. I love the cars, the sets. I love how every Italian person talks in this movie. They all have fantastic. They still talk
like that right now.
They have the best accents. There are some great scenes in this movie. There are moments where I was like, oh, shit. And
many quotable lines.
So many quotable lines. And like you said, Ruggs, it feels real, authentic. I love how the violence is positioned. It's not glamorous, but when it happens, it's fucking raw. And you're like, oh, shit. It's fucking crazy. The music choices, the music drops are great. The dialogue, it was funnier than I thought it was going to be. Like, it's a really funny movie in the beginning when you're with 9-year-old Calogero. But what a snapshot of this time in the Bronx in the 60s and this full circle cycle of violence, lessons and advice with this dude with 2 dads. It's a great father and son movie. I fucking love this movie. I was like, I can't believe I've never seen this. It was so good.
Well, one of the things too is you expect a gangster movie, Robert De Niro.
Yes.
He's going to be the mob boss or the gangster. And right away, he's the working man.
I love it.
And he's the one that's like trying to keep his son out of it, which is so against type for what you would expect.
I love that he goes against his type, and he does a really good job because he's like the moral center of the movie. You know, everybody
sort of, but the thing is I think that's one of the most compelling parts of the movie is while he is a good man.
Yeah.
I don't think he's like always morally the better man. Like there are parts there's one part of the movie where, you know, Calogero is basically admitting to him that he likes this African-American chick.
Right.
And he goes, what'd you think of that? And he goes, well, I'm not prejudiced, but you should be with your own. Like he's against him dating.
Did he say that? Didn't he say like you should?
They're in the mirror and he goes,
Sonny gave him that out.
He goes, well, I think you should stick to your own.
And then Sonny
Sonny says Sonny gives him a whole speech
follow
about
your heart.
Yeah, follow your heart. And she's one of the. Here's the only thing: if you let her in the passenger door and she leans over to the other side to unlock the door, she's one of the great ones.
Yeah. No,
it doesn't matter to him about the race.
No, that's true.
And he's like, that's all bullshit, basically.
I do love the competing advice and philosophies.
But he's not his father.
He's not his father.
But he treats him. I think
that it's easier for him to give him that advice than if he was your own flesh and blood.
Right.
I think that he doesn't have to deal with him like being the family.
But it's so crazy how he loved him like a son. He protected him. He took care of him almost as good as his father.
Well, I mean, right away. So like when you first meet Sonny and he doesn't rat him out.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, fuck, he's going to get involved with Sonny and like, all this stuff. But there's the moment right where you see that kid that owes him $20.
Yeah.
And you think Sonny's going to be like, yo,
bust him
his ass. Yeah. Right.
So the other guy,
Sonny's just like, what doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, he's not your friend.
Yeah.
You'll never see that guy again.
You got rid of him for $20. It cost you $20.
That line.
It's so great. And then he gives that advice to his buddy later on in the movie. But the 2 guys with him are like, take a fucking shovel to him. What are you doing? But he's like, yeah. Look, he's never going to bother you again. It costs you $20. Let it go.
Sonny,
great
like,
advice.
as good as the advice he has, obviously he shoots a man in the beginning of the movie. Every time his father confronts Sonny, he always threatens to kill his father. He's like, you come at me like that again, I'll kill you, basically.
Like, don't talk to me like
it's not like he's a good guy.
Yeah. No,
he's a good person to this kid.
Right. But he has a code, right? He is a tough guy, but he's also very philosophical. He's got a code. You notice interesting details like he doesn't really do drugs. He doesn't smoke cigarettes. He doesn't like guns. They handle their beefs with their fists for the most part. But he does end up saving C's life. I will start at the beginning real quick because the opening montage, fantastic setting the time period and the tone and the characters and how he talks about sitting on a stoop and the names of these guys are fantastic. You got Jimmy Whispers. You got Bobby Bars because he spent a lot of time behind him. Tony Toupee is great. Eddie Mush, Jojo the Whale. And then my all-time favorite has got to be Frankie Coffee Cake. It's the best fucking name ever.
What about Mulch?
Mush?
Mush, yeah.
Mush. Eddie Mush.
Yeah.
Eddie Mush, by the way, was the real Eddie Mush of the neighborhood. That's right. That's a real gangster that he just saw. And he's like, will you play yourself?
He's still alive, that guy.
He is. It's so crazy. So the first big moment, and it makes you go, oh shit, it's like Sonny's hanging out or C's hanging out, Calogero on the stoop impersonating Sonny. And then what seems like over a fight over a parking spot, Sonny just walks up, shoots a dude in the head as the guy's trying to beat the other guy's head in with a baseball bat. And fucking Calogero sees all this. And the way he shoots this is like, there's no music. It's not glamorized. It's really quite jarring. Like when it happens all of a sudden. And you're like,
it's a real moment.
Yes. You're like, holy fuck. That just fucking happened. And then when they bring Calogero to talk to the cops. I was like, what's he going to do? But he doesn't rat. And he wants his dad to be proud of him. His dad's like, yeah, whatever.
Well, he did. His dad does say,
"You did the right thing.
You did you did the right thing for a bad man."
Right. And then that's when he's like,
you did a good thing for a bad man.
Which makes him think, like, what did you mean? I did a good thing for a bad man.
But what I like in the movie, like in this scene, and in that's kind of an echo throughout at least his childhood, is because C thinks that he just shot him over a parking space.
Right.
And C doesn't also understand why his dad won't let him hang with this guy.
Right.
But the theme here is, or in the beginning is, you'll understand when you get older.
When you're older, he says.
And I think that really resonates with anyone that watches this movie as an adult, because there are things that you encounter as a child, especially as a child, or even a teenager, where you go, you think you've figured it out, or it feels very black and white or simple, and then you realize as you get older, oh, that's what they meant.
That's what was really happening,
right?
That I did not understand.
I wasn't picking up on it.
Yeah,
a guy kill another guy, and then he doesn't know why not to hang out with him.
Yeah, that should be enough. Like, why wouldn't that scare you away from Sonny?
No, but it made him more. He was so interested in this. He was so fascinated by it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I think he was. I mean, they lead up to that by his fast. They're imitating Sonny on the stoop.
Yeah.
So I think at that point, even as a kid, you might have seen something very violent, but also they were grown. He was in an environment where he knew that was a gangster by him. And he knew, and his dad had told him, not to be a rat. So I think, it didn't fully register to him what had happened there.
But he already kind of knows what's going on. Right, just from
he knows this guy is a bad guy, and he knows
not to rat.
He knows that this guy is someone his family doesn't want him around.
Yeah,
but he also admires him.
Yes, and that leads into my favorite fucking scene in the whole movie, as Calogero starts working for Sonny, 9-year-old, bringing him drinks, and they have this amazing scene in the basement where they're throwing dice. This is easily my favorite scene because it looks like they're having so much fun, and Sonny is sending people to the bathroom. He starts with Eddie Bush. And he's like, I don't want your money anywhere next to my money. You're a fucking jinx. You know what? Put him in the fucking bathroom. And there's a bathroom in the back with a door.
And then the other guy, the whale, starts sweating on him.
The whale is he's like, oh, hey, back the fuck up. You're leaning over me. What's the matter? You know what? Put him in the fucking bathroom. And then he sends Judge out there. And then the best is Johnny Coffee Cake is at the wall. And Sonny goes, I don't want his face looking at his face. All right? Somebody get a towel, put it over his head.
He's trying to win some money.
And Johnny Coffee Cake's like, I'm going to put a towel on my head. It's embarrassing. He goes, all right, you know what? Put him in the fucking bathroom. The three of them are in the bathroom. And then C is like, oh, let me get the hard 2-2 on the 4. And they're like, hey, slow down. Don't be so cocky. And continues to throw dice and win the money. I fucking love that scene so much. It was so funny.
And he gets $600.
And, dude, think about this. $600 as a 9-year-old in 1960 would have been insane. I thought about, if I was 9 and somebody gave me $600, I would have thought I was a fucking millionaire. Like, how much money is that in the 60s? It's fucking crazy. So Lorenzo is not happy. I do love, again, that's why I think Lorenzo's the moral center, because even his wife is like, you know what? We could use this money, though. You really got to go down there, Lorenzo. Well, don't be mad. Just tell him not to go back. She wants to keep the money.
When Calogero doesn't rat on him, Sonny offers his dad a job.
Right, to run numbers.
And he even his wife was like, why don't you take the job?
Yeah, it's like $150 a week. Again, moral center. It's dirty money. He doesn't want anything to do with the dirty money.
Yeah.
I feel like he sticks to his fucking thing as much as he can. But that whole confrontation, when he goes to fucking Sonny and throws the money at him, he's like, I don't want you anywhere near my son. And they're both like, he's my son. And Sonny's like, what? What'd you say to me? He's like, it's my fucking son. I know who you are. And then outside, when he smacks Calogero, it's also very heartfelt, because Calogero is learning things from Sonny, like the working man's a sucker. And Lorenzo's got to be like, pulling a trigger takes no strength. You have him wake up every day and go to a job. That's the real fucking tough guy. He's like, your father's the tough guy. And it's so well done. And he hugs him. He's like, I'm sorry I hit you. I don't want you working with him.
Well, the thing is, too, is what Sonny's doing is helping this kid like realize what the streets are like.
Right.
He says to him, you're getting 2 educations. You're going to get one here, but you're going to go to school.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is, and right away when he meets Sonny immediately tells him what he's into as a child doesn't matter.
Baseball.
Which is the Yankees. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what the father is saying is like, hey, you're not his father. I'm his father.
Yeah.
You're also ruining this kid's childhood because you're making him grow up too fast. That's something that comes up later in the movie.
Yeah. And C is like, they love you just like they love Sonny. People love Sonny like they love you. And Lorenzo's like, they don't love him. They fear him. There's a difference, which is another big lesson between, is it, better to be loved or feared? That comes back around. And then the most tragic thing, I love this cut because they have this heartfelt speech and De Niro's so good and he's hugging him and he's like, I'm sorry, I hate you. And then a voiceover, you just hear him go, I didn't listen to my father. And I continued to work for him for 8 years. The whole time. I felt so bad. I felt so bad for Lorenzo.
They don't even, he says also that they don't talk. Lorenzo and Sonny don't talk.
Yeah, they rarely, I think they rarely talk to each other. But, Lorenzo's watching his son the whole time, driving a bus, hanging out. They form a teen gang. They're doing fucked up things. I thought that was so tragic, but, he eventually.
Yeah, they get their own little freaking little club that they have.
Yes, that they get to hang out in. Then that leads to another great scene, the fucking biker gang scene. I thought was also
one of the best scenes in the whole thing was when they go in there and they're like, oh, we're gonna have a couple drinks, and then they start fucking up, and then Sonny locks the door and he goes, now you can't leave.
That's the best line. He just calmly turns around, locks the door. He's like, no, you can't leave. And the fucking mob comes out. Again, no guns. They just beat the shit out of these bikers, drag them outside. Calogero watching all of this, taking notes.
Well, that's where Sonny is, because he hears these bikers with their motorcycles from a distance, and he knows right away something's wrong.
Yeah.
And his whole point is like he's almost like the Daredevil or the Batman of this neighborhood. He's like, I have to protect the neighborhood.
I got to check this out.
And right away he knows like these guys don't belong here.
Yeah.
And his instincts tell him like they're not good. They're not good for this neighborhood. They're not good for this bar. And he's absolutely right.
Yeah. And
he gives them a chance to leave, and like he gives them a chance to like be respectful. But they're not, and they have the line which Rugboy mentioned, where he closes the door on them and says, "All right, well now you're not leaving.
Now you can't leave." I thought they were going to behave, and they were like, I bought it when they were like, "Look, we just want a couple drinks, we'll get out of here." And he's like, "All right, give me their beers." And
but they start fucking with people.
And then they start fucking with them immediately.
Yeah.
You notice though, at this point in the movie, the narration and the other characters, they all see other people riding down the street. They see those African American kids and black kids, riding down the street, and all of them are looking like, "What the fuck? Get the fuck out of here!"
Yep.
Sonny doesn't give a fuck about them.
Yeah,
he doesn't see them as a threat at all.
Yeah, that's true. That's another great thing about this movie is this is what was happening was black people are moving into the neighborhood. Everything was changing. There was tons of racial tension.
Right.
Which introduces Jane and Calogero kind of catching the eye of this girl and talking to her at school. And she was very, very forward. She seemed like to move very fast.
She liked him right off the bat.
She goes, I like Italians. She sets up a date like right the fuck away. I was like,
what I liked about this, it's not very, like as an adult, you watch that and you go, that's probably not how that would go.
Right.
But then you think about like high school kids, and you're like, maybe that would. And I think it just, for me, it takes me back to like those type of movies where it was like a very simple thing, right? Like, I see a pretty girl.
Yeah.
The pretty girl thinks I'm cute. I think she's cute. We're going to go out on a date. Like that. That's all there's to it.
That's it. Yeah.
Back in those days, maybe. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Now it's probably a lot more complicated. But,
he didn't text back fast enough, or he texted back too fast.
Too fast. Yeah. Everything's off. These are all red flags. Yeah. No, back then it was like, I like you.
3
like
days is kind of money.
3 days. How long are you guys going to wait? 6 days.
6 days.
So, anyways.
It was a lot less complicated back then.
He sets up this date. In the meantime, him and his shitty friends are just beating up black kids riding through the neighborhood, right? And there's that scene. And Sonny or Calogero tries to stop and help.
But before that, Sonny tells him that those kids aren't any good for him.
Yes.
He goes, he brings them to the side. He goes, they're jerk offs. And then he's like, but they're my friends. He goes, jerk offs.
Yes. Which is so fascinating because you got Lorenzo telling him not to hang out with Sonny. And now you got Sonny telling him, don't hang out with those fucking assholes.
When he goes, stay in school. He's like, what did I tell you? Go to school.
Yeah.
You're getting 2 educations.
Yeah.
So like that's these like moments throughout the movie. I'm like, wow, Sonny's like a good guy, kind of.
He's like a good influence almost on him. Yeah.
He's like, I don't want you to be like me, which is, again, very against what you think this movie is going for, right? You would think this movie is a battle between Robert De Niro, who's like on the side of good and completely righteous, versus Sonny, who's on the side of bad and a bad influence. And it's just much more layered and deeper than that.
Oh my God, absolutely.
I think that's one of the things that's unique about the gangster, and especially the neighborhood gangsters like of New York.
Yeah.
They were neighborhood guys. Like the people in the neighborhood didn't really mind them as long as they weren't bringing problems into their lives.
Right.
Sometimes it would be good to have them because it would keep trouble off the streets. Like New York is like a crime-ridden place. And they're very territorial about their little neighborhoods, little neighborhoods. Yeah. And to keep everybody safe and everybody like out of trouble, they didn't mind the presence like that because the police weren't doing shit.
And even the police appreciated it to some degree, that they were keeping things in check for them.
Well, I don't know if they
appreciate it.
But I think it
helped them out.
It might have made their job a little bit easier.
It definitely helped
in some ways, but just the fact that you knew not to fuck around in that neighborhood. You go in that neighborhood and you start fucking mouthing off to people and upsetting the balance. And the people who lived there, they were happy. They felt comfortable. They felt safe.
I mean, you see that with Lorenzo's relationship with Sonny, where it's like, I live next to this place. I know it's not a place that I don't want my family to be a part of.
Yeah.
But I also know that like, this is it. This is what it is.
It's the reality.
And Sonny like doesn't, even though Lorenzo doesn't like him, he doesn't like, because he doesn't like him, he doesn't let his ego take over and be like, okay, well, I'm going to shoot this motherfucker.
No, they each respect
he's like, I respect what you do. I respect him as a driver. Yeah. I respect that you're a hardworking man.
Sonny's like, you're a neighborhood guy. I'd never do anything to, harm you. I know you.
The only times he takes offense to Lorenzo is when he feels like Lorenzo's disrespecting him in front of others.
Yes. You don't fucking mouth off in front of your fucking
again, he rules by fear.
Right.
So
you can't let anyone mouth off to him in public. You just can't do that.
Well, that's the whole aura, right? Like that's his whole thing.
Yeah, you can't. Nobody can show disrespect in public. I love how Chaz Palminteri plays Sonny so subdued.
But he knows this character,
and yes,
he is this character.
He's
about his life.
He's Calogero.
Right. His real name is Calogero.
Yes, his real name is Calogero Lorenzo Palminteri.
The movie is about his life.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, he saw shooting. He also did in Rat. Some of the stuff is made up, like the Molotov cocktail shit, but he did work for the street mob at the time for a while. So a lot of but the way he plays Sonny is like still and quiet and so intimidating. He could have played it over the top and yelly and like cliched, but he does it. I love how he plays.
Well, you're waiting for the whole time throughout the movie where he's going to snap on somebody,
right?
And although it sometimes comes up.
It's more of a story how Calogero kind of loses his shit,
right?
And goes off the deep end a little bit, and then he has to be pulled back by his father and Sonny.
Right, yeah. Right. The whole door. This is when you get Sonny lets him borrow his car for the date. The door test thing I thought was so great because Anthony, that was a thing? Did you remember driving cars with?
I remember driving cars
manual locks. Because
I do remember driving a car with a manual lock.
Because this was a consideration thing. It wasn't just girls. It was like friends. If you let a friend in the side and they didn't reach over and open your door, they were fucking assholes. I remember that being a rule, even when I was fucking teenage.
I thought that was a really, again, really against what I thought that character would say. Right? I thought that character would be like, "Oh, you can't be dating interracially." Had no issue with it. He's like. Yeah. Basically saying, don't listen to anybody, go follow your heart, and then gives him that rule. And I love that. I love when she does that for him, and he just jumps up and screams, yes! She's one
Remember
of the
the first?
ones.
What was the
That's
first test? If you drive by a truck, you throw a girl into your lap, and if she starts blowing you, then she's a whore.
She's
obviously.
That was Mario's test. Was horrible. Do not follow Mario's advice.
Yeah,
that
what
was
a terrible advice.
Really bad advice. But there's that moment where he goes to pick up Jane to do the test, and turns out one of the kids they beat up was her brother, and he's trying to tell her, "I tried to help you."
A little bit convenient there. I'd say.
I knew when they beat up those kids, I was like, I bet one of them's her fucking brother. So a little predictable, but he loses his shit a little, calls him the N-word in front of her, which is probably not a good idea. But she comes back to him. Apparently that shit didn't really matter.
It wasn't like a deal breaker.
No, not at all.
I wrote down, I was like, really? She forgave him after he just casually threw all the N-word at both?
She apologized to him.
I think the impact of that word is way worse now than it was then. Yeah. I do believe that.
But
because
it's
it was more... I think that you're in the throes of major racism all the time.
Yes. They use this word a lot in the movie, but it does speak to like how they talked in the fucking 60s.
Right. Well, they talk like that now.
And they still kind of talk like that now is the problem.
It depends on what neighborhood that you go to. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I wasn't there in the 60s. I would say if someone of color wrote this script, I don't know if they would have easily as forgiven that person. I'll just put it like that.
There's a lot of N-word in the movie.
No, I'm just saying, I don't give a the N-word being, I'm saying written it to a way where the African-American character forgives the guy in like, an hour? I mean,
I grew up watching TV and like they used to say the N-word on the Jeffersons.
Oh, they did.
Yeah.
And all of the family.
And all of the family. And Good Times.
Yeah.
So it was like something that was said like all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the way he says it is, it's not like he's just casually, he's saying it out of anger. He's saying it to like cut deep against this kid.
Yeah, I understand that. But it's like, I think that it was more common to hear that than it is now. So it's like now it's like super taboo.
Yeah.
The taboo has like really gotten to the point where like, if you say that, it's a deal breaker. You can't even talk to someone if you say that.
Yeah.
But I think that it's more plausible than now. Perhaps. Maybe not even been plausible then, but it's probably more plausible then though.
Yeah.
I would say.
I just found that to be hilarious.
Yeah, that was crazy that she fucking took him back. I was like,
she seeks him out.
Yes, because her brother eventually
her
brother tells her the truth and she goes and apologizes. And I was like, oh, really? That other part didn't bother you at all? All right. I guess these two kids she was one of the great ones, I guess. Anyways, the end is crazy.
It's very forgiving.
Yes. Because, first of all, there's a moment after Sonny returns the car, Lorenzo is mad and grabs him because they have found a bomb.
No, you got it all screwed up.
No.
C returns the car. Sonny is mad.
Oh, sorry. Calogero returns the car, didn't get the date. Sonny's mad because they found a bomb under the hood and they're questioning him. And he goes, I know nothing about it. And Sonny believes him.
He believes him once he says that you're like a father to me.
Yes. He's like, why would I hurt you? You're like a father to me. Right. And he can look at him and tell him he's telling the truth. All right. So then Calogero walks off and his friends invite him into the car because their place got egged and they have Molotov cocktails and they are headed over to that other neighborhood, to the record store for retaliation. And the voiceover here is fantastic because he's thinking the same thing I am. How the fuck you have to get out of this car? How the fuck are you going to get out of this car? And he's like, I don't want to do this, but if I leave, I'll never hear the end of it. And just miraculously at a stoplight, fucking Sonny shows up outside, knocks on the window. Just go see. Come here. Let's go. Fucking saves his life. Pulls him out of the car. Why does he save his life? Because as they go do the drive-by with the Molotov cocktails, one of them doesn't burst, is picked up and thrown back at the car. And they all fucking burn and die and burn to death. And I was like, holy shit.
Horrific.
What a horrific way to die.
Burn alive.
He was just in that car. And they all fucking burned alive. I was like, every time violence happens in this movie, you fucking feel it. You feel the rawness of it. So this is when Jane calls him and goes, I'm sorry, let's make up. And they kiss. And he's like, oh shit, my friends, let me try to stop them. He's too late. And the crisp fucking burned up bodies are now there. And now a reverse of what happened earlier. The people in that neighborhood are yelling at him, get the fuck out. You don't belong in this neighborhood. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, he skedaddles.
And now he gets that. So He's on his way to see Sonny because he needs to tell Sonny, A, the door test worked, and B, all my friends are fucking dead. This is big news.
Also, you saved my life.
Also, yeah, C, you saved my life. The door
No, it's
test
Calogero,
worked.
not C, Amron. Come on.
C, Calogero. Call me C. You call me C. So I guess it's Sonny's birthday. Crowded bar. He's making his way towards the bar to Sonny. Again, some great voiceover narration as he's like, I saw a sea of smiling faces except for one face that wasn't smiling. And you watch this guy. You watch this guy walk up to the back of Sonny, pull out a gun, and fucking shoot him in the head. Holy shit. Holy shit. Turns out this is the dude. This dude is the child of the guy he shot in the parking spot incident.
Yeah, it's true.
Cycle of violence. Not only that, this is the guy that planted the bomb in the car, which I didn't put together.
Yeah, that's true. But we got to forget about that. We forgot to bring that up about the bomb being in the car and him going up to Calogero and saying, "Why did you put the bomb in the car? Did you know about this?"
Oh no, we did that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Imran definitely narrated that one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He wasn't listening.
Imran narrated the entire
I must
story.
have missed it. I must have been thinking
It's
about
so
something. But he like cries and stuff. Yeah, I remember. I didn't know you brought that up. Sorry.
Well, and then we cut to the funeral, and you get Joe, and then Joe Pesci shows up. I was like, "What? Holy shit! Fucking Joe Pesci!"
Wait, baby, you're just glossing over this.
Yeah.
Open casket funeral for a guy that got shot in the head.
Oh, that's a good point. They just they have to fill it in and patch it up. I guess.
I'm pretty sure that guy's head is blown to
Yeah.
pieces.
On the back of his head, right? He got shot in the
Maybe the
back.
bullet didn't go through.
I mean,
or if
if
it
from
did.
that range, your head is exploded. Dude.
Yes, I mean, he had a revolver. But it's Sonny. People got to see. They got to pay their respects.
Open casket funeral for a guy that shot.
That doesn't make sense.
But I also love there where Calogero is like, it all makes sense. Last Sonny told him no one cares. Like people paid their respect, but he's like, no one really cares. And then
they're all like talking to each other. It's like they're all
like nothing happened. Everything's going to move on.
Right.
And he's like, no one really cares. That was the competing advice. His dad is like, nothing is worse than wasted talent. And Sonny's advice is, no one cares.
Right.
Really, when it comes down to it. Pesci is Carmine, the guy who was getting attacked in the parking spot incident that Sonny saved. And he's like, I'm kind of taking over.
I mean, that only really works because you know who Joe Pesci is. There's really like no reason for them to do a big reveal of this guy unless you know that Joe Pesci is just in gangster movies.
He's friends with De Niro. He's in all the gangster movies.
Otherwise, just like, why is this a big deal that this guy showed up and it's this guy?
It's just Pesci. Yeah.
But that's where he learns, again, that's where he learns what he already kind of knew, which is it wasn't just over a parking spot.
Yeah, what does he say? Because he asked him again, was it really over a parking spot?
So he just says no.
Oh, he did just say no, didn't he? Yeah. There's more, always more. And then his dad shows up, and I love what Lorenzo says. Like, he goes like, he never really hated Sonny. He respected him, and he thanked him for saving his life.
He respected him, but he didn't like that he made his son grow up so fast.
Yeah.
Which is one of the themes, one of the reasons why he didn't round him around this kid.
So do we get the sense that, so they walk away and then like Calogero never becomes a gangster then, right? He's out of the life.
I think you would hope. Yeah.
Right.
I think that is part of it, is that he learns like from these two men that like what the consequences of this life.
Well, the real story is that Charles Palminteri became an actor. So I guess he didn't become a gangster.
Dude, this movie, first of all, Roger Ebert gave it 4 out of 4 stars.
Before you get into Roger Ebert, all this fucking shit. What did we think of the main guy that plays Calogero? The kid and then the teenage version.
So
I think both of them are good.
Both of them are good. I thought the 9-year-old was really funny. Like his comedy was on point, and he made me laugh the most. Lilo Brancato does a great job considering they literally just found this dude on the street because he looked like a young De Niro and had a fun Italian accent, even though he's not really Italian. But I thought he shows up in The Sopranos later as one of the Bevilacquas. He's in Crimson Tide in a brief role. I thought both of the kids did a good job. What did you think, Anthony?
I thought the younger kid was really like, I like the scene when the younger kid is doing the all the people standing up. What do you call that? Where he's trying to figure out, he's trying to see which one is the killer. They're asking him.
Where he's doing the lineup bit.
The lineup, yeah. I literally like how he's just like, no. He like looks at it and is like, no.
What do you think, kid?
I thought the kid was funny as well. I did think Lilo Brancato at times you could see that he wasn't as polished.
Yeah.
Like you can see he's amongst like pretty good actors.
Yeah.
I think he holds his own for the most part. I think it kind of works because there is like since this is a coming of age movie, there is like a teenage innocence that he has that shines in his acting because maybe he's just so naive and
it's very real.
So it does kind of work in the sense of what they're having him do. I liked him. I really liked him and the chemistry he had with the lady. What's her name in this movie?
Jane.
Yeah. I thought even though it's like very simple and it's just like they're staring at a lot. They're staring at each other.
It was very cute.
Yeah, I thought it was very cute.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was very cute too. No, they did. I thought they both did a good job, and it's got to be intimidating just going up against De Niro.
Oh yeah,
in a fucking movie. But
whose movie is this?
Whose movie is this?
This is
Is it Sonny's? Is it Calogero's?
Although I would say Calogero, I mean, he's the narrator. He runs the movie. Yeah. I think for me, the main person is Sonny. Chaz.
Yeah.
Palmentieri.
And then Lorenzo also a big role, even though he's not in it much. But
anyone want to speculate what happened to the mother after the kid died? After the kid's the childhood, she never shows up again.
Oh, when he's 17, they never talk to her. I wonder if she
never shows up again. Do you think here are the theories?
Yeah, she's
dead.
Oh,
she wasn't getting along with Robert De Niro's character, and he kicked her out.
Yeah, or she left.
Or she's just never home because there's plenty of scenes in the second half of the movie
in the apartment.
She's not there.
Yeah, where did she go?
And they established within the first half of the movie that seems like a housewife.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. I didn't even notice that. Maybe she works for Sonny at the bar.
Maybe she had to work somewhere. Yeah.
Yeah. No, you don't see her.
I'm going with she's dead because I just don't understand why she's not in the rest of the movie.
She was taken out.
I never noticed that. That's crazy.
She's not there. Is it better to be loved or feared?
And she has like in the first part of the movie, while she's not like a big part, she is like this part of the movie where she's always like, it's not so bad. Like maybe we should take the money.
She wants to keep the money. Yes.
Yeah, maybe we should
think about
it. You're just going to do the numbers. It's not that bad. You're just going to drive the numbers. Yeah. And then they Robert De Niro's like, she's not in the rest of the movie. He had one. He's like, you're out.
You know what else this movie reminds me of is a genre of films that we haven't yet dove into, but I would love to. And it's the great like urban hood gangster movies of the late 80s and early 90s.
So I wrote down on my notes.
Yeah.
Like this movie also reminds me of Boys in the Hood.
Yes. Boys in the Hood, Juice, Menace to Society. We need to review these. I fucking love all those movies.
There's a synergy between those gangster movies from the Italian ones and the black African American ones.
It's technically the same kind of story.
Well, I think that some of these movies influenced the gangsters on the West Coast.
Right.
Yes. Because then those movies are also about fathers trying to keep their sons out of gangs, trying to keep guns out of their hands, trying to keep drugs out of their hands.
Well, also like the never-ending cycle of violence.
Yes, the retaliation.
And how innocent people gets caught up in the, you try to do the right thing, no pun intended.
Yep.
But you can't get out of this cycle, and it's like a never-ending thing.
You take out somebody comes, takes out that guy, somebody comes, takes out that guy.
But it's a cross between that because it also reminds me a lot of Stand By Me.
Yes.
The Sandlot. The Sandlot's very similar, has narration throughout.
Yes.
Those type of movies as well.
Yes.
Goodfellas is like, I think this is like a Goodfellas type thing too, where Goodfellas is narrated too, and it gives you the ins and outs, and I feel like it's a baby Goodfellas as well.
But this doesn't glamorize the mob, right? That's what I kind of like. It shows you kind of the harsh reality. But to put a coming of age in a gangster movie, this is why it stuck out. Why I was like, this is special. This is different. More behind the scenes stuff. So Chaz Palmentieri was working as a doorman, was broke, and got fired as a doorman when he wrote this play. The play starts attracting a lot of celebrities. They come to see it. He gets offered $1 million for someone to buy it. They want it. They want him to walk. He refuses to sell and walk away. He wants to be part of it because the studios wanted like Stallone or Travolta to play Sonny, right? De Niro comes, sees it one night. He loves it. He goes to talk to Chaz. He goes, I want to be in it. I want to direct it. And I want you to play Sonny. Nobody really believed in Chaz Palminteri to play Sonny because even when De Niro came on board, the studios were pushing Al Pacino, Joe Pesci to play Sonny. It's kind of crazy. Nobody thought Chaz could pull it off. And De Niro's like, no, this is his story. This is his story. He needs to be a part of it. So him, again, not playing a gangster is great. It's such a great choice. Studios wanted to cut the interracial romance. They fought to get that in. And Chaz brought the play back around in the early 2000s. And there's a musical now. Bronx Tale musical.
I think the initial play didn't have the romance, and then they put that in because Robert De Niro.
Oh yeah. He's like, I saw this growing up. He was very familiar with the racial tension and the interracial relationships in his own neighborhood where he grew up in the Bronx. And he wanted to put that in. And I think I think it works. I think it's
good.
I think it adds a lot to the movie.
Absolutely.
It adds an additional because otherwise the movie leans more into this like gangster type, but by adding in that romance, it makes it more of this like coming of age.
Yeah, teenage.
You get all the different things, right? You get growing up, you get your relationship with your dad, you get a relationship with a girl, like all those things that are the notes that you would hit into like a lot of coming of age movies.
So good. I love it. I love that. I love that he's got two father figures and all this, and he's got to decide which way to go. And fuck, it's a good movie.
I loved the Chaz Palminteri in this movie. I thought he was really good.
He did great. He deserves more stuff. I mean,
he's been in a lot of stuff. What are you talking about?
After this, I guess he was struggling for a while. What is another Chaz Palminteri? What did he do? What was
He's in The Usual Suspects.
Oh, right. He goes on to do Usual Suspects.
Analyze that, right?
Analyze This. He's in a shit ton of movies, but Analyze This.
Analyze This. Yeah.
I gotta just while we're on the topic of Analyze This, my favorite part of Analyze This, one of the favorite things. He plays the bad guy, Primo Sedone, and he's a gangster, obviously. And they tell him that like we're gonna get closure like on this or something. That's what Robert De Niro's question says. So I get closure.
Yeah.
And Primo, played by Chaz Palminteri, goes, get a dictionary. Find out what this closure thing is. If that's what he's going to hit us with, I want to be ready.
He thinks it's a fucking weapon. You know what? Put him in the fucking bathroom. In a fucking bathroom. I love that. I'm going to say that now. Put him in the fucking bathroom.
Analyze This is one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh, that's a fun movie, too.
It's a great movie. It takes the whole gangster genre and just flips it on its head.
I feel like the Grillo meter is going to be hard for this one. There's so many roles. Frank could
man.
in this movie.
The Grillo meter.
He could be Sonny. He could be Lorenzo.
Yeah, Ruggs, what do you have Grillo in?
I would put him as Lorenzo.
As Lorenzo, the father.
He could do that. Sure.
I would love to see him as one of the Italian mobsters.
Let's maybe Frank Grillo. Let's think about this real quick.
Yeah.
Because I want to make sure we're utilizing Frank Grillo accurately. Frank Grillo at this movie, he would be around 28.
Okay.
So think about a 28-year-old Frank Grillo.
Okay.
Now, do you still think he should be the father?
Oh no,
no.
Because that's where you're getting 28-year-old Frank Grillo.
He could be Tony Toupee or Frankie Coffee Cake.
He could be Coffee Cake.
He could be Coffee Cake.
I initially thought Coffee Cake.
Oh, really? Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he doesn't have a good role in that movie, but
no, you'd make the role bigger if you got Grillo.
What if you know how Sonny's got the guy? He's kind of a fat dude, but he's like his right hand man.
Yeah, Jojo the whale.
No, not Jojo.
Not Jojo.
The other guy.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, there's like a guy who's like he's in like a red suit at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
He's the guy who goes on the bus.
Oh, that guy. Yeah. Yes.
You want him to be that guy?
Yeah, he's that guy.
He could be that guy.
I got another candidate. Very small role.
Yeah.
But would fit Frank Grillo. He's the guy that kills Sonny.
Oh shit, that would work too.
You're like, oh my god, that's fucking Frank Grillo. That's
this cameo. Just came in and shot him. Maybe he beats him up first and then shoots him. No lines. No, you don't need lines for Frank Grillo.
A young 28-year-old.
Yeah, 28-year-old
Frank Grillo.
Just showing up and fucking wrecking shit.
If there's any movie, like he's New York, Italian.
Yeah, this is perfect. This is a perfect movie for him. He would be great in this movie. Okay, Anthony, wrap it up. Final thoughts. Give me a score.
I really, really enjoyed this movie. There's right away it hooked me, and I barely paused the movie other than to maybe take like one piss break.
Nice.
I did watch it on AMC off Amazon Prime, so they did edit out all the swearing.
Oh, really?
That took out, yeah, it took out. They just it would just go blank, like the sound would be gone every time they swore.
What about the N-word? Did they blank that?
Yep, they blanked that out too.
Okay, interesting.
So that like kind of just took away a little from the film, but overall, I thought it was a fantastic movie. Very pleasantly surprised. Wasn't what I expected going into it. And I do have some gripes, right? I think it is very written very, very conveniently.
Sure.
Like everything ties together.
Yeah.
Which is it can be a little bit lazy, but I had such a great time with it that I'm willing to overlook it. I love coming of age movies. I do enjoy gangster movies every time I do get a chance to watch them. This is going to be a 9 out of 10 for me.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
I fucking loved it. Very impressive debut for Robert De Niro doing his best Martin Scorsese impression.
Right? Isn't that crazy? And I think
Martin Scorsese's Spike Lee impression.
He did actually reach out to Scorsese while making this because I think he was like really nervous and wasn't sure, just needed some reassurance. What is the other movie? So he directed this in 1993.
He directed a movie about the CIA with Matt Damon and Angelina Jolie.
The Good Shepherd in 2006 is the only. I'm so crazy that he's only directed 2 movies. Is that
this is the better one?
This is the better one? Because I was really impressed. I thought he did a really good job.
Because I saw the other one and I don't remember it at all.
Okay. Anthony, you said 9, right?
9.
Rugs, what are you giving it, Rugs?
Let me just say about this movie. I, being a New Yorker and a person who lived it and been around these neighborhoods and seen this stuff happen, it is very, very close to real in its feeling. If you want to get the gist of it, you want to feel like you know it a little bit. This movie captures it very well. It takes you on a tour of New York. You get to see City Island. You get to do this and do that. So it's a very big slice of life of New York, and I think it turned out really well, and it's very memorable. And I don't think you can watch it and say it's a bad movie. I think it's great. It's a 9 for me.
Wow.
Yeah, I think something you said, the only nitpick I really have is like it's a little bit like cliched and stereotypical and tropey, right? Whatever. But I also really enjoyed this. I was so surprised that I never saw it. The fucking throw in the bathroom is the best fucking scene. But it's in conversation with the great mob movies out there. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will also give it a 9 out of 10. And I mean, it's up
triple
there.
9s. That's never happened.
It's up there with The Godfather, Goodfellas, fucking all that shit.
Goodfellas is a little bit better, but
yes,
it's up there with
this
The
is really
Godfather.
good.
I've never even seen The Godfather, but to say that,
it's in.
really
I mean, it would be
that.
like. I think it's like number 3 or 4.
No, I wouldn't say it's that far off because
it's close.
I mean, The Godfather is an epic. It's 3 hours long, and there's 2 parts to it, and then it's really a 6-hour movie. There's no way that this could actually be
right.
But in its own way, it does do what it's doing about as well as The Godfather does.
Yeah.
So
great pick, Ralph Bravo. Thank you for your patronage and your movie pick because I fucking love this movie. So good. So good.